Destiny, and today we're going to be discussing Sparkle's kit as she will be receiving buffs in version 4.0. And before we get into today's video, I would love to know, out of all the characters in the 5-star selector, which character you believe you might be picking up. Lastly, if you'd like to see more content from me, consider subscribing to the channel, leave a like to support today's video, and now let's get straight into it. To begin today's video, I thought we can go over Sparkle's kit changes real quick, which if we take a look right here, we can view all of the kit changes, and everything in orange helps with showing what exactly was changed. Starting off with her skill will last for 2 turns now instead of 1 turn. As for her ultimate, now she will recover 6 skill points for all allies instead of 4 skill points, and if there is a skill point overflow during recovery, the excess points will be recorded up to 10 points. When an ally character's turn ends, if skill points are below the maximum, Sparkle will consume the recorded value to recover skill points until the upper limit is reached. This will be very useful for our characters that are able to spam their skills very often. Just being able to recover now more skill points with her ultimate will be very valuable for characters like Archer. This will be very valuable for characters like Sparxie and so on. And also for each stack of Cypher, this will last for 3 turns now instead of 2 turns. Nice. Which if we take a look at her talent, now what happens when an ally consumes 1 skill point is that Sparkle will gain 1 stack of Figment, and each stack increases the damage taken by all enemies by 4%, essentially becoming a vulnerability debuff. As for her technique, she will now also recover 20 energy when she uses it, which is great for being able to utilize Sparkle's ultimate very early on in the fight. As for her first trace, now when ally characters with the crit damage boost effect provided by Sparkle's skill consume skill points, so whoever she ends up using her skill on, now when they consume skill points, Sparkle will additionally recover 1 energy. This definitely helps out with being able to use Sparkle's ultimate more frequently. And mentioning Sparxie and Archer once again, Sparxie can use up a bunch of skill points, which this will be able to assist with Sparkle getting more energy, and Archer can also use a nice amount of skill points as well. Now for this trace got completely changed, and now Artificial Flower states that if an ally character consumes 3 or more skill points in a single turn, Sparkle's next use of her skill will not consume skill points. So this is very useful for Sparkle not having to actually use skill points to use her skill once again on an ally, in the assumption that they are able to consume 3 or more skill points in a single turn. Now as for Nocturne, this became a more universal trace. Prior to the buff, it gave all allies a 15% attack boost, and then provided an additional attack boost based on how many quantum characters are on the team. Now what Nocturne does is that the attack boost will be 45% instead of 15%, and when an ally character holds the crit damage boost effect provided by her skill once again, then all type res pen will increase by 10%, making this a far more universal trace now. Sparkle also has 2 Eidolon adjustments. For her first Eidolon, now when the battle starts or when she uses her skill, her speed will increase by 15%. This will last for 2 turns, and this can nicely assist with getting Sparkle some more speed. And then as for her second Eidolon, this did get a buff, as prior to the buff, each stack of the talent effect will allow allies to additionally ignore 8% of target's defense, but now each stack of the talent effect will additionally reduce enemies' defenses by 10%. So overall, I would say that Sparkle definitely receives some very nice buffs, and these buffs can also allow her to be utilized on more teams when it comes to being a general buffer with the attack buffs, being able to provide all type res pen, the crit damage boost, and once again her trace Nocturne becoming more universal now is also very useful. So we're just going to try out Sparkle here, and of course we have Sparxie, who will be able to consume a lot of skill points, and we can just see Sparkle's kits in action. Of course, another character who heavily benefits from Sparkle's buffs is also Archer, and once again you can use Sparkle on other teams as well for the buffs that she is able to provide. So we're just going to begin here with using Dan Heng's basic attack and then his ultimate. Boom, there we go. And for Yao Guang, we will also just use her basic attack, following up here with her ultimate as well. And we already have the maximum amount of skill points, which is perfectly fine. Now Aha Instant will kick in, and boom! Now Sparxie. And then we dealt a decent amount of damage right there. Soul Dragon will come in, and Sparkle's turn is also coming up, which is awesome. And we did get attacked there, which is fine. So what we're gonna do is give the skill buff here to Sparxie. There we go. And as for Sparkle, we are going to use her ultimate, and we already have 8 skill points as well. So there we go. And if we take a look right here, it mentions after an ally's turn ends, if current skill points are not at the maximum, we will immediately recover skill points for the team. And we also have 5 right here. Then we also have Cypher as well. And Sparkle also has 6 energy. So now with Sparxie, we are going to be spamming her skill right here. And what we're going to be able to do is get more energy for Sparkle as a result. So we're going to use quite a lot of skill points here, and what's nice about Sparxie, she'll also be able to recover skill points for herself depending on which gift that she gets during her skill. And boom, there we go. And now Aha Instant will kick in, and well, bam. Now Sparxie time, boom. All right, now Soul Dragon will come in. All right, so we're already on to the next wave here, but if we take a quick look at Sparkle, Sparkle did regenerate some energy there after Sparxie attack. If we take a look right here, Sparkle has 3 stacks of Figment, and then if we take a look at the enemies, they have a 12% vulnerability right here. But I just want to point that out as well, and this will last for numerous turns. And now with Sparxie, we will just use her ultimate. Now we're going to go into the subfield here, and we will just continuously consume skill points as well. Real quick, for Sparkle, we have 22 energy, and now what we will do is use our skill points up, which will help us out with getting Sparkle some more energy. And boom, there we go. Now Aha Instant will come in, and bam, and now Sparxie, boom. Now if we take a look at Sparkle, now we have 39 energy. So Sparxie is doing a very nice job at assisting with getting us more and more energy here for Sparkle. And then if we take a look at Sparxie right here, if we take a look at Cypher, each stack of the vulnerability effect provided by Sparkle's talent will additionally increase by 6%. So that's also useful for further increasing our damage potential. With Yao Guang here, we will just basic attack, and now Aha Instant will kick in. And boom, and now Sparxie time, well, bam. Now with Sparkle here, we can just advance towards Sparxie. We can basic attack with Dan Heng, and now we will use up some more skill points. Just checking the energy one more time, we're at 77. And now we don't actually need to use all of our skill points here in order to defeat these enemies. So I believe this should actually be enough. Boom, there we go. I feel like that was actually overkill, so I may have used more than needed skill points there, but it is fine. With Dan Heng here, I will just use his ultimate, and as we can see, Sparkle is getting very close to being able to use her ultimate once again. Currently at 98 energy, and let's actually see if Sparxie is going to be able to get us enough here. Can we get some more skill points? Yay, let's go. And boom, there we go. We were able to get, oh my gosh, I have so much on the screen right now. We were able to get Sparkle's ultimate, which is awesome. And now what we could do is attack with Sparxie. Boom, there we go. Now with Yao Guang, we will use her skill. Soul Dragon will come in, and with Sparkle here, we will use her ultimate. And there we go. And as you can see, as we advanced forward Sparxie there, we did not use any skill points to do that. Now with Sparxie, we will just continuously enhance the skill here. And boom! Now we'll just attack the TV. Aha Instant will also kick in here. Well, bam! Now Sparxie will attack like so. And now we can also use Yao Guang's ultimate here as well, just to trigger Aha Instant again. And there we go. We definitely could have gone a 0 cycle in this, but I mainly just wanted to focus on showing the benefits that Sparkle gives for the team. Will we actually get the 0 cycle here because we got another Aha Instant? Can we do 47%? Boom! Oh, so close. Yeah, we were really close to getting the 0 cycle there, but regardless, either way, I just want to show off some aspects of Sparkle's buffed kit and what she's able to do. When it comes to the vulnerability debuff, she can inflict onto enemies now, being able to have those additional skill points, getting more skill points from her ultimate, and so on. And once again, as I mentioned earlier, Archer can nicely benefit from Sparkle's buffs, effectively making the Archer team even stronger as well, and you can consider using Sparkle here on more teams teams as well, especially since her buffs can nicely be utilized to further enhance the damage potential of teams. You can nicely take advantage of the action advance from her skill. The crit damage boosts are very nice as well. Then we also have the ult type res pen, the additional attack, the vulnerability debuff, and yeah. So overall, I'm a very big fan of Sparkle's buffs. For her build as well, real quick, I was using Lee Shaka as well as Ordeal. And when it comes to the 5-star selector, a really strong option to pick up would be Sparkle, especially if you don't have her yet. And in the case if you do have Sparkle, but let's say maybe you wanted to build a damage over time team, let's say you had Hycelins, you had Black Swan, or maybe even if you are considering pulling them on their reruns that are also coming up, then you could actually consider picking up Kafka as well, which I will be making a video very soon on Black Swan's buffs as well, so do stay tuned for that. But yeah, overall, I'm a very big fan of Sparkle's buffs, and I hope that Sparkle fans are happy with the buffs that she is getting very soon in 4.0. I'd love to know who you're going to be picking up from the 5-star selector, and if you enjoyed today's video, consider subscribing to the channel, leave a like to support today's video, and I hope to see you all next time. Peace.